Although turnout has been way up this primary season, experts say it won't be so in the general presidential election, where voters under 30 years old are a third less likely to vote in non-competitive states as in competitive ones.
It's not surprising, is it? Unless you live in a swing state, your vote doesn't really seem to matter, and the candidates know it.
I'm from North Carolina, a pretty big state, but we haven't had any presidential candidates campaign here in 16 years.
They haven't campaigned in some states since the 50s.
But during just the peak season in 2004, Bush and Kerry visited Ohio and Florida 52 times.
Remember the craziness of the last couple election nights and the controversy in Florida?
Remember how Bush won in 2000, even though Gore had more votes?
Welcome to the Electoral College method of electing the President of the United States.
The Electoral College is an outdated system that allows candidates to write off most states as strictly red or blue.
And focus their attention on a few swing states.
Ignoring millions and millions of votes which never show up in the final count.
Because of this childish red state, blue state thing, which discourages Americans in many states from ever going out to vote.
It's absurd, really. If it weren't for the Electoral College, there'd be no such thing as red states or blue states.
It's just purple states. This is what a democracy could look like.
The Electoral College system was created before the Civil War, in the days of slavery, when Americans identified more with their state than their nation, and only an elite group of male landowners voted.
But what troubles me the most is the people of color who had to fight so hard for the right to vote are so often overlooked.
A white person is over 50% more likely to live in a swing state
Over an African American, Latino, or Asian American.
So, when we live in a democracy in which some voters get all of the attention,
Such as when the 2004 campaign spent $64 million on TV ads in Florida, and other voters received little to no attention.
We have to wonder if every vote really counts equally, and if not, why is that?
It better be a good reason, especially since 70% of Americans now support the national popular vote as the best way to elect a president.
Some people are afraid smaller states will be ignored if we have a national vote.
but that's just not true. Currently, most of the smaller states receive zero attention from national candidates.
Whereas in the national popular vote, they will have to take every vote seriously.
Since so many Americans live in rural areas, if they ignore those issues, it could cost them the election.
This way, every vote will have an equal impact, which is good for everyone.
Write your state legislator and tell them to support the national popular vote. It's that simple.
Let's make the difference that makes every vote count.